Safety, isn't it?
No, you're wrong.
Who is in danger? Who are you protecting?
No one.
The truth, Gabrielle. Whose life are you trying to save?
My babies!
Your baby?
Please, forget I ever mentioned it.
I was not aware that you had a child.
No one knows, and no one is going to know.
That man, does he know?
Please, Inspector.
I am trying to help you. You can trust me. Does that man know about your baby? Did he threaten your child?
Inspector, I wish I could trust you, but I just can't take the risk.
You can. You must. For your baby's sake.
I am doing this for my baby. No one is to know where he is. No one. Do you understand me?
Gabrielle, I may not be a perfect man, but I am an honest policeman. Now, please, before you do anything rash, at least talk to me again. Let me help you and this baby you speak about.
Inspector, I know what I have to do, so if you would please just leave. I have nothing more to tell you.
Is this your final word?
Yes.
If you are right, and your baby's life is in your hands, I pray to God that you know what you're doing.
I pray I do, too. Yes, I'd like some information on your flights to the United States. Yes, today if possible. Yes, I must fly to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, non-stop if you can do that. In an hour? No. No, I must make it. Thank you. Gracias.
Meet Gabrielle Medina at the baptism, did you?
No, I didn't. Hello, Gabrielle. I'm Tina's sister. I'm Becky Buchanan.
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
You have a lovely home here.
Well, thank you very much. Wouldn't you two like some tea or something?
No, thank you. Gabrielle was just going to leave, and I was just going to get out to sleep.
Oh, well, I just put Jessica down, and Kevin and Joey. But Kevin and Joey, they are in such a silly, giggling mood that I'm going to have to go up and leave them the riot act in a second, I expect. Do you have children, Gabrielle?
No, she doesn't. In fact, her grandmother has just died, so I'm afraid Gabrielle is very much alone.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yes, I am very much alone.
But I do think it helps to be with me and my baby.
I just realized your father died not too long ago as well, didn't he? He was a victim of Jamie Sanders.
Yes, Jamie killed him. But my father was a victim of his own greed.
Gabrielle was ashamed of what her father did, but she loved him a great deal, and I'm sure she misses him too.
Well, I can certainly understand the conflict between loving a parent and not approving of his activities. If I can give you a word of advice, hold on as firmly as you can to the loving memories, and as for the other ones, the bad ones, chalk them up to human frailty and let them go.
I'd like to do that. It just seems as though so many things have gone wrong in the past year that even the good memories have turned sour.
Well, life comes in cycles, Gabrielle. You are obviously in a very difficult one.
Oh, it can't get much worse than it is now.
I have committed a sin, and I feel so very guilty about it. It concerns the baby.
Tina and her baby are very important to me.
The way you just changed, Al, you look like an expert.
Well, I've had a lot of practice with my cousin's children.
Oh, you lived in Great Britain, did you?
I studied there for many years. Ballet originally, but then an accident changed my life. Bad luck goes way back with me, I'm afraid.
But now?
Well, Now I've started designing dresses. I hope to do some more.
Oh, we have a very good friend, Delilah Garrettson. She might be very interested in your work.
Yeah, well, Gabrielle really isn't staying in the country.
Actually, Tina, I might just do that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Well, the more I think about it, the less reasons I can find to return to Buenos Aires.
Especially now, it must be very depressing for you back there. So why not give this country a chance?
Yes, lots of opportunities, as millions of others have found out in the past.
Would you like me to put in a word with Delilah for you?
Well, actually, I already know Delilah, and she knows of my designs. And I believe that I'll be able to work for her if I want to.
But that's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, well, are you sure that's what you want to do, Gabrielle? I mean, get caught up in a job and everything before you're even sure you want to stay here?
Oh, I'll be staying for a while, Tina. And if I want to eat and pay my rent, I'll have to get a job.
Yeah, I guess you will. Well, I really think it's time I got out to bed.
Yes, I must be going. Thank you for your hospitality, Vicky.
Listen, feel free to drop by anytime you want to. And if you feel like a family dinner, we always have plenty of room at the table.
You're very kind. Thank you again, and good night.
Good night.
Tina, no doubt I'll be speaking to you tomorrow.
Yes, no doubt.
Information. But it's so outrageous, I can't even respond to it.
You're afraid because I know the truth.
That baby is not mine. He's Tina's. Now, how can you come in here with your outrageous accusations?
Gabrielle, I overheard your conversation with Tina yesterday afternoon at Lantria. I heard every word you said about your son. Gabrielle, you have got to trust me.
Trust you? After you spied on us, after you've jumped to all sorts of ideas about me and the baby, how dare you ask me to trust you?
I wasn't spying on you. I went over there to see the baby. You and Tina were on the terrace having a highly emotional argument, and of course I was very concerned about little Al.
If you had only made your presence known to us, we would have been able to explain to you.
I know what I heard. Look, I am only trying to understand this impossible situation. You leave me no choice but to have to ask you.
What does Tina say about your wild ideas?
I'm not going to approach Tina. She would never be honest with me.
You're mistaken, Maria. Look, you have to take my word on this.
Gabrielle, I'm not trying to harm you. I am trying to help you.
If you want to help, then you must understand that you are wrong. Besides, my conversations with Tina are none of your business.
If the conversations are about a child who is supposed to be my grandson, it is very much my business. Court thinks that child is his. Don't you think he has a right to know the truth?
Now stop it. Please, you're wrong. I'm begging you, if not only for my sake, then for the baby's sake. Please don't cause any trouble.
There wouldn't be any trouble unless the baby is yours. Isn't the baby yours, Gabrielle? Gabrielle, I already know the truth, so please be honest with me. Why are you carrying out this charade? It can't be something you want to do.
I'm sorry, Maria. There's nothing more I can tell
Well,
you.
then I am sorry. I will have to give the information to court and let him ask
No,
Tina.
you can't do that.
But you're giving me no choice.
All right. All right, I'll tell you. Tina suffered a miscarriage when she went over the falls. And I was staying in my father's cabin, waiting to give birth to my own child. And I heard a rumor the Indians had found a woman who'd been very badly injured. When I tracked her down, it was Tina. Tina delivered my baby.
But why did you give her your child?
Because I had already planned to give my child up for adoption. I couldn't let him grow up being an outcast in his own family, in his own society.
Max. Max is the father, isn't he?
What makes you jump to that conclusion?
Because when Max was going to Argentina to buy Don Alonso's ranch, he told me that he was involved with a young woman. When he heard that you were in Landview, he was desperate to find you. And at the chapel, I saw you together before the baptism. He is the father, isn't he? Gabrielle, whatever possessed you to give your baby to Tina?
Tina and Max told me that they were married, so I believed them. And Tina convinced me that she and her husband would raise my baby instead of strangers, and I naturally assumed that she meant Max. But, I made her swear that she would never tell Max that I was the real mother. I also knew that Max loved Tina far more than he ever loved me.
So you came here believing that Tina was with Max?
Oh, I could have killed Tina when I found out she was married to Cord.
Gabrielle, I am so sorry. Even I had no idea that Tina could be so cold and calculating. She found the perfect scheme to win Cord back. And the fact that she betrayed you, of course, means absolutely nothing.
But she said that she loved my baby.
Tina can love nobody but herself. Poor thing. You're just another one of Tina's victims, as well as Cord and Max.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, there's something that I can do about it. Tina is not going to get away with this deception. I will tell everybody what she has done. Believe me.
No, you can't.
Gabrielle, Tina has got to be exposed.
But not at the expense of my baby. No amount of revenge is worth the harm that it would cost my son. The truth is, my son is in danger, terrible danger. That's why he must stay with Tina.
Danger? What do you mean, danger?
I don't know. Someone broke into my grandmother's house before she died. It's the reason she had the heart attack. But before she died, she told me that my son was in danger and that I was to trust no one.
But did she give you any reason?
No, she could barely speak.
So why would anybody want to harm an innocent child?
I don't know.
Gabrielle, I got a letter from Buenos Aires.
To me?
No, it's for me, but it's about you. Listen to this. Do you know a guy named Rolo Fernandez?
Yes.
Well, he says that he's an old family friend and that he's been desperately trying to find you. He's been so worried that he even talked to the police about finding you.
Well, how did he know to write to you?
Well, apparently, is what he says here, you mentioned that you saw designs for Delilah in a fashion magazine, so he bought a copy, and that's how he found my address. Okay, if she happens to get in touch with you, will you please have her call me and tell me she's all right? There's also an important estate matter that has to be settled.
Estate matter?
Apparently regarding your grandmother's estate. So, call a guy.
Delilah, if the rest of your winter collection is this good, your future is brilliant.
Well, thank you. But were you listening to that, Gabrielle? Because she's looking at one of your designs.
What's amazing, I can't tell the difference between yours, Delilah, and your assistant's.
Well, then you won't mind if Gabrielle shows you the rest of the winter line. I've got to go to an appointment, and I can't be late.
Oh, well, by all means, but we must talk about a major order for all my boutiques.
You're on. Okay. Don't let her slip away, okay?
There's coffee in the back.
No, thanks. I'd much rather watch you work. Gabrielle, you're so talented. I can't believe that I've never heard about you from any of my people in Buenos Aires.
Well, I never believed enough in pushing my work until Delilah did it for me.
Well, then that's why you left Argentina, to make your mark in the fashion world.
You could say that.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to pry. It's just discovering unknowns is one of my passions. You know, one look at your own clothes tells me you have an extraordinary eye, right down to the jewelry. Tell me, do you have any more like this somewhere? I love antiques. I'm willing to pay...
It's open. Come in. Max, what are you doing here?
It's time we had a talk.
I've already told you there's nothing more for us to talk about.
All I'm asking for is a minute of your time.
As you can see, I have someone with me, Max.
Well, there was nothing in the Bureau that can help us, except perhaps for this.
Chantel, about the sketches.
Oh, no, I'll be fine. I'd like to study these in private.
Please don't. No, you have
Don't
to.
mind me Excuse me?
Thank you.
Being rude is second nature to you, isn't it?
Will you give me a break? The lady was nice enough to leave us alone. The least you can do is talk.
What do you want me to say to you, Max?
Well, for starters, you can explain why you decided not to stay at the inn as soon as you found out I was the new owner.
I prefer my old room at the waterside.
You're holding a grudge against me, and I want to know why. What's the real reason? What did I do to make you hate me so much?
Last time, I have a client waiting.
I want an explanation. Now, what little white lies did I tell in Argentina to deserve this kind of hatred?
I don't hate you, Max. I just don't want to have any more to do with you.
Why? When all I try to do is be a friend with you, and all you do is try to push me away.
It's safer that way.
Why are you so afraid? You know, I would never do anything on purpose to hurt you.
It's a little late for that, don't you think? Can't you just leave me in peace?
You are not at peace. Whatever I did, please let me make it up to you. Gabrielle, I still care about you. If you would only let down your guard for 5 seconds,
I did let down my guard, or have you forgotten, Max? I let myself fall in love with a handsome American stranger.
I never lied about my feelings. And I never told you that I loved you. I'm the one that said we shouldn't make love, that we should wait at least until my return to Buenos Aires. You're the one that said that we should do something.
I know. I said I remember every stupid word.
You weren't being stupid. And you're not being stupid now. You lead with your heart. Now, that is a risky way to live, but it is the best way to live. In fact, it's one of the things when I first met you that drew me towards you. Let it out. Let it out.
No, I'm not going to let you console me. I'm not going to trust you anymore.
Good. Come on, get the hate out. We can get back to being friends then.
Don't you understand anything? With what we share, we can never be friends.
If we both want to put the past behind us, why can't we be friends?
Because I can't help thinking that if things had turned out differently, we might not have found ourselves in Lambview. We might be on your ranch in Buenos Aires. Just you and me. And our children.
I'm sorry, Gabrielle. What we had, as brief as it was very sweet. But I never knew you had so much invested in it. No wonder you don't want to see me anymore, and I understand. And I'll do what you want, starting right now.
Max, don't. It's not your fault. You never felt for me the way I felt for you.
You say that in the past tense.
Because I'm over you now. But don't expect a miracle. I can't treat you as if you were only a friend.
I'm not looking for miracles. I'm just looking for a second chance. Hey, you better get back to your customer. But thanks for being straight with me. Goodbye, Gabrielle.
Goodbye.
Delilah was absolutely right. I simply must have a separate line of all of your designs in my boutiques by winter.
Well, I'm so glad you like the sketches.
Like them. Gabrielle, I love them. Oh, smile, celebrate, young lady. Before I'm through, you're going to be the most talked about designer in the world.
But I don't want to be famous. I can't be. Hello, designs by Delilah.
Gabrielle? Rolo Fernandez. I can't tell you how delighted I was to get your message. I hope you're safe and sound.
Rolo, yes, I'm fine. I called in response to the letter you sent to Delilah.
Gabrielle, please don't be angry with me for trying to find you. I know you wanted to start a new life, but I just had to find out how you were doing.
Oh, you've always been such a good friend. Of course I'm not angry at you, but I am curious. Your letter mentioned something about my grandmother's estate.
Yes. After you left Buenos Aires, the bank made me executor.
Well, that's a simple job, I'm afraid. My grandmother died penniless.
Well, I assumed as much myself, but the fact of the matter is, Carmen left you a rather large insurance policy. Gabrielle, it's worth over $10,000.
That can't be. She never mentioned any policy.
Well, perhaps she wanted it to be a surprise. Her farewell gift to her beloved granddaughter, no doubt. In any event, you must sign several documents in order to release the check.
It was so kind of you to track me down. If you would send the papers in care of Designs by Delilah here in Llanview, Pennsylvania, I can get them processed here.
No, Gabrielle, I could never allow such important business to fall into the wretched hands of the Postal Service. I tell you what, I have business in the States this week. How about if I come to Llanview and you can sign the documents immediately?
Rollo, I don't know what to say.
Say nothing. I will be in Llanview before you know it. Take care, Gabrielle.
I will. Thank you again for calling. Bless you, Abuela. And bless you too, Rollo. There really are a few good people left in this world. It's open.
Hello, Gabrielle. I'm sorry to bother you during business hours.
Maria, I always have time for a friend, and you're my first one in Llanview.
Well, I hope you still feel that way after I tell you what I've done. Gabrielle, I know you made me promise never to tell anybody the truth about the baby, and I never intended to break that promise. However, she gave me no choice.
She? Maria, I'm afraid to ask, what have you gone and done?
I've just come from Lansdale. Oh, Gabrielle, forgive me. I had to tell Tina that I knew the baby wasn't hers.
No, you didn't.
Believe me, Gabrielle, if I could have dealt with Tina any other way, I would have.
No, I trusted you. You gave me your solemn vow. You promised never to tell anyone that I was my son, and now you tell me you had no choice.
Well, she was refusing to give my son a divorce. I had to do it.
What do I care about their divorce? You gave me your word. I trusted you. I trusted you with my son's life.
Please, try to be calm.
Calm? I'm terrified. Did you also tell Tina that my baby is in great danger?
No. I did not tell her about the threat to you and Al. I didn't want to say anything that might make her panic.
Panic? Oh, God, Maria. Of course she's going to panic. You pushed her up against the wall.
I told you there was nothing else I could do. Somebody had to stop her from destroying my son's life.
Court isn't in danger. Al is. Maria, if Tina takes my baby and something happens to her, I don't know.
No. Gabrielle, nothing's going to happen. She's going to give Court a divorce and everything is going to be just fine. Gabrielle, I'm so sorry.
Hello, Gabrielle.
Oh, Mrs. Buchanan, your butler told me that he wasn't sure if Tina was here or not.
No, actually, she's not.
I'm sorry. I should have called before arriving.
I expect her back if you'd like to wait.
Yes, please. I'd like to.
Well, sit down. Tell me something. Did you ever speak to Delilah Garrettson about getting a job?
Yes, I did, and she gave me a job.
Well, isn't that wonderful? So you are going to stay in Llanview?
Yes.
Is there anything I can do for you until Tina gets back?
No. Well, perhaps there is. I better wait till Tina gets back. Do you know how long she'll be?
She should be back shortly, but it depends on when the tow truck gets to her.
Tow truck?
Yes, she went for a drive yesterday evening out in the country, and the car broke down, and she couldn't get to a phone, so she spent the night in the car.
Is the baby with her?
No, Al's up in the nursery.
Is he all right?